Happy New Year, hope you're all well. Today's video is about goal setting, specifically my goal setting for 2021. So for me right now, rolling into 2021 with the current pandemic, this goal setting is really important for a couple of reasons. It gives me a focus, it gives me some sort of routine and something to look forward to basically. A friend of mine described it as trying to race a 300k race. We've done 200k, which is brilliant, and now we don't quite know where the finish is for the remaining 100k. But it really does help me so much, and I hope it does for you too. Usually at this time of year, I've just finished a tough season of cyclocross. I can't wait to do other things. So I start to think what I'm going to do during this time that's going to improve my level of fitness. And then I'm also going to start thinking about some goals that will improve my performance in September. But obviously this year, everything is totally different and we don't really know what's going on. So how am I setting my performance goals? Well, I can look at how I've got on in races. I know as an older rider that I'm losing power and speed, so those are a huge focus for me. And the other thing I really want to know is I want to be able to run and jump on my cyclocross bike on the right hand side, and that will take masses of work. But it's a good target. When we plan goals, we think of them as being smart. So the S stands for, are they specific for what you're training to do? M, are they measurable? For example, can you judge your progress based on power, or if it's a 10-mile time trial, you're looking at your time. A, are they action orientated? Did you actually have to go and do something to improve it so you achieve that goal? The R stands for, is it realistic? And the T stands for time bound. That means you need to put it within a time frame. It's not sufficient enough to say by the end of the year, I'm going to be able to do this, because it won't happen. So I've got 60% goals working towards performance and competition. If that should happen in September, fingers crossed. The remaining 40% are just about having fun, keeping me fit, and doing what we are allowed to do within our area. So obviously there are limitations. I've actually got a couple of lists for this because of that very reason. So at the moment, we're only allowed to be in our local area. So each week I have set myself a target for riding a route I've never been on before. And the second one I've planned for myself is a running target. And I'm actually moving towards running 15 miles. Like all cyclocross riders, I do run, but during the lockdown I've actually been running more and more because it's been great for my headspace and also as the added bonus of no bike cleaning. Hey! So 15 miles on the agenda. When we're allowed to travel a bit more, I'm really hoping I can run the Edale Skyline up in the Peak District, which is a 21-mile fell race route, which is not for the faint-hearted. Will probably be my greatest achievement ever. So my second list, when local restrictions are removed, but we can move more around the UK, is to ride the Lôn Las Cymru, which I've always wanted to do. I've actually planned, hopefully, just to ride the northern section, which is 137 miles long, which doesn't sound very long, but starts off at Bilth, finishes on Anglesey at Holyhead, and it uses ancient roads, forest roads, small tracks, and is particularly hilly because it goes across the Cambrian Mountains and then up obviously into Snowdonia. So that's one thing I really want to do and is on my list. And the other one is ride the Mary Townley Loop, which is off the Pennine Bridleway. 47 miles, a rather phenomenal amount of gates, so sometimes can take longer than you think, but I've always wanted to do. Now, I'm going to plant some ideas in your head now. If we can travel abroad, why not think about some of these things? I'm planning a few of these as well if I can. Why not try? Ride a foreign Gran Fondo or Sporty. Absolutely fantastic. I've done some myself and it is one of the best things I have ever done. Why not get yourself up some of the mountains you've seen in the Tour de France? Brilliant things to do. Stay with you forever. Wonderful experience. Why not even consider riding across the Pyrenees? A few years ago I actually started off at Undai and cycled the route across the Pyrenees, which is actually the Raid Pyrenees, and ended up in Sebier, the other side. Absolutely amazing. Competing for me takes away, gives you loads, but it also takes away. So, and that you don't get a chance to do anything else because you have to be so focused. So this really is an opportunity to do other things during the off season or when there's no competition. A fantastic thing to put in your long-term goal setting to actually have a go at the Singlay. And for anybody who doesn't know, it's a route that can be done in a whole day. It's a fairly tough day and it involves riding up the 3 routes up Mont Ventoux, one after another. Absolutely amazing. Can be rather hot, but it's a brilliant thing to do, and I can't recommend that one enough. Another thing I'd actually love to do is take part in a gravel race this year. Maybe something like Gripfest or Battle on the Beach. So I really hope that these things happen and that I might be able to get an entry. Might be a good idea for you. Let's be a supportive community. Share your goals below. You never know, you might inspire somebody.